So the site here on Maindy Road in Gateys is well under construction. There's still a lot more work to do before it opens, but this will be a state-of-the-art pioneering centre which will help look inside the mind and solve some of the mysteries of mental health problems, among other things.
It is a fantastic building. It's a signature building. It is on a massive scale, and it's pleasant to look at. It'll be pleasant to work in. But more importantly, it'll be one of the leading centres for scanning of brains and other parts of the body in Europe, and among the foremost in the world. So I think what we'll be able to do is to attract both people here and funds here to make it a really vibrant centre and to fill the space that we have in a relatively short time.
So what sort of things will be treated here? We'll be looking into the mind. What sort of mysteries health mysteries will we be able to solve here?
I think there's still many mysteries about how the mind works and how different parts of the brain work together in order to produce just normal behaviour. So there's still a lot of work to do to understand how the basic ideas about how the brain works. Now clearly also the brain is important in shaping our mental and physical well-being, and we need to understand when things go wrong, when people have strokes, when people suffer from mental illness, what it is about the working of the brain that changes. As long as we understand that, but then we can look at treatments, and indeed part of the research here will be looking at the way the treatments for brain disease operate and how effective they are, and so on and so forth. So there's 1,000 years work to be done here, insofar as the brain is an extraordinarily complex organ of the body, and we're only beginning to unravel its mysteries.
Obviously a pioneering state-of-the-art centre here. How much is Cardiff leading the way with this building in this research?
Well, I would say that this building, when it's operational, will be one of the top centres in Europe. It's already recognised, Cardiff is already recognised as the place to come for some aspects of imaging of brains and bodies and so on. But I think what we'll develop is a scale of operation that will make us internationally important. In addition, of course, there will be technologies here that will only be in one other place on the earth. So our experimental scanner, which is called a microstructure scanner. There are only 2 of them in the world. They're very, very advanced and they're very, very experimental. But they will be the next generation, or if not the next generation, the generation after that, technology that we can use to look at the brain in more detail. So it is going to be, in a very short time, a world-leading centre with very few other places in the world being able to claim that title.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, this is taking the whole Kubrick concept much further. I mean, it's already a fantastic facility. The fact that the research undertaken by Cardiff University here on brain imaging is, first rate. But now they can really go farther. I'm so delighted to be here announcing money towards this. This is £4.5 million of European structural funds, which is going to make a huge difference in terms of not just investing in this building, in the new scanners, which are for use and experiment and trial, but also for all the researchers who are going to be actually here in this space, multidisciplinary researchers who are going to break new ground. And of course not just important for Cardiff and Wales, but for the world. This is where the university is so important in its role and functioning in Cardiff, and the investment it's making with support, external support, right in the heart of our capital city. That's part of the regeneration, but it's creating jobs. I mean, it's creating high-end jobs, high-skilled jobs. This is going to attract numbers of students to work here, as in their master's degrees and their postdoctorate. And of course it just does mean that this takes off in terms of businesses, spin-off businesses as well. So it's good for the economy, good for higher education, and then good for the health of our nation, because this is about looking at those very tough diseases where we need to break new ground in terms of dementia, multiple sclerosis, and the neurological areas of the brain, which needs really detailed and new research. and this is going to happen here in Cardiff.
So the Finance Minister has visited here to announce the £4.5 million extra funding that the Welsh Government will put into this project, and the centre is expected to be completed by spring next year.